You probably clicked on this video because you are in your 20s and you're like, you know what can I learn? Something that I may want to know right now before I'm like in my 30s. Yeah, you're at the right spot. Welcome back. Yeah, you're at all the loud cars are gone. Hey guys, I am going on a lunch date, and so I thought I would just stop and make this video. I don't feel like driving back home. I'm kind of far already, so I'm like, you know what? It's content time. It's always content time. You probably clicked on this video because you are in your 20s and you're like, you know what can I learn? Something that I may want to know right now before I'm like in my 30s. Yeah, you're at the right spot. Here are 5 things that I wish I knew in my 20s. That probably would have saved me so much time. It's fine though. It's fine. So we're just gonna jump right in. Easiest one, college degrees. Hear me out. College degrees do not make you successful. Nor does education. So you might be highly educated. You might have a PhD from an Ivy League school, all honors. Listen. That's great. That's fantastic. But do that for yourself and your personal gain and your personal pleasure. Educate yourself for your own benefits. Not to become successful, because guess what? It won't make you successful. So I'm so sorry to tell you that. And I wish I knew this in my 20s. I always thought that if I got my college degree, I would have the perfect job and I would be successful and I would have all these things. And then reality came and I'm like, oh, that's not how it really works, does it? And they don't teach you that in school. So I want you to really understand that when you become educated, and when you get college degrees, whether it's a master's, a bachelor's, or PhD, that's for your own personal gain and benefit, which is great. When knowledge is power, right? When you become educated, when you read and you keep opening the depths of your mind, that's always great, but that does not equate your success. What equates your success, it's also in the Bible, not being the hardest worker or the most skillful or the most educated. It's about, were you at the right place at the right time? And we call it chance and opportunity. And in order for you to have chance and opportunity, you need to make sure that you are socializing. You are putting yourself out there and letting the opportunity come to you. Because when preparation meets opportunity, that's success. And then I want to go into my number 2 thing that I wish I knew in my 20s. Success is subjective. So, someone's version of success might be winning an Oscar, another a Grammy, another becoming a librarian, another becoming a neurosurgeon, someone becoming a nurse. What your definition of success is not always what the next person's definition of success is. So always remember that. Always remember that your definition might change. What I wanted in my 20s is completely different from what I want now. In my 20s, the life I have now, I definitely manifested it. I do have it. Thank God, right? I definitely want to give grace to Jesus Christ, to God for that, and also the universe. Like, subscribe if you like what you're hearing. If you want to hear more, let me know what you want me to talk about. Like, subscribe, and share, and comment. The key is remembering that your definition of success might change again in 5 years. So always ask yourself, is this something that I truly want? Can I keep doing this for a while? Success is definitely subjective. Number 3, another thing that I wish I knew, which I honestly did not. I knew this back then, but I wish I knew it to this level and depth. As a woman, always take care of yourself. It doesn't matter how much money you have in your bank account. Your hair should be done, your nails should be done, you should wear nice clothes. And I remember, I used to have people kind of tell me this, like nibbling and dabbling, but then as I got older, I'm like, wow, this is really this is a thing where the number one thing, even as a man, right? No matter who you are as a human being, unfortunately, people judge us based on how we're dressed and how we look. And I cannot stress to you that if you are not well groomed, if you don't wear nice clothes, and if you don't carry yourself at a certain standard when it comes to your aesthetic, no one really cares what's in your brain. No one is going to ask you, what do you know, or what school did you go to, or what was your GPA, or what's your transcript. You're not walking around with your transcript tattooed on your forehead. So once again, college degrees and education does not define success, right? When people see you, they do not know the degrees that you have. They don't know that you went to Harvard or Yale or wherever. They first see you by how you present yourself, and how you present yourself goes by, are you well groomed and do you look good? And I think in my 20s, I focused a lot on being that starving student, and I didn't put a lot of emphasis and time into like the clothes that I wear, or like how I did my hair. Really, I was just a very carefree soul, because I always said, you know what, I'll get there when the time comes. Like, I'll get there when the time comes. But when is a good time? We could die tomorrow, right? COVID hit, the whole world stopped. And I'm just here to really let you know that just because you are struggling and you're trying to pass a class and you're going through finals, keep yourself well groomed, keep yourself beautiful, keep yourself nice looking. You will have so much more confidence every day in everything that you do. And that leads me to the number 4 thing that I wish I knew in my 20s, that could have possibly changed my life. Like, subscribe if you like what you're hearing. If you want to hear more, let me know what you want me to talk about. Like, subscribe, and share, and comment. Don't waste your time on stupid men. Now, I will say that the men that I dated in my 20s, it was only one that I had a really messed up relationship with. But even the others, I knew they weren't going to marry me. And if marriage is your number one goal as a woman, do not waste your time in your 20s on men that are not going to marry you. And it's very obvious if they are or not. And for me, I always wanted to get married in my late 20s or early 30s. And I realized that the reason why I'm not married right now in my, almost mid 30s is mainly because I wasted my time in my 20s with men that just wanted to have a girlfriend. They were fine with the girlfriend commitment. And so if marriage is your goal as a woman, I'm telling you right now, the same way you're prioritizing your education in your 20s, prioritize looking good and prioritize dating men that actually want marriage. Just because you're married or just because you have a ring on your finger, it doesn't mean you have to buy a house and have kids right away, right? Being married means that you have a companion that you're tied to for life. And when the time comes when you're both ready, you can have kids, you can buy that house, and you can go to that next step. And I truly believe that starting in your 20s, dating for marriage will make sure that you're not in your 30s or 40s thinking about, am I going to get married or where's my soulmate? So I definitely want to throw that out there. Last and but not least, top priority number 5, eat healthy, cook, learn how to cook, and exercise. Keep yourself internally healthy. Just like how I mentioned looking good externally, it doesn't matter if you look good externally if your internal is not healthy. In my 20s, I spent a lot of time eating out. I ate McDonald's, I ate Wendy's. I was huge. I mean, I wouldn't say I was huge, but I was like, I definitely exercise as much as I can, but the exercising didn't really help. Right? It didn't really help because I was feeding my body toxins. When you continuously feed your body toxins, it doesn't matter if you're exercising. It's 80% of what you eat. Like they say, you are what you eat. So avoid eating fast food, processed food. Try to eat whole foods. Avoid the aisle foods and the frozen and the fridges. That's what I say when you walk in the grocery store. Avoid the aisles and the frozen foods. Do not go for the fast food, right? Make a smoothie. Like, that's the easiest thing you could do. Like, make a smoothie if you have to. Like, I would rather have you not eat than eat McDonald's at this point, or eat Wendy's or Burger King or Chick-fil-A or anything that is processed and fast food. Like, stay away from it, because when you get to your 30s, it is going to be very hard for you to stop that habit. It took me to completely cleanse my entire body for 5 years, right? Before I even hit 34, I had to start like around the ages of like 27, 28 is when I was like, oh shit, like I have to stop eating bad. I have to stop eating out. And now I'm much more healthier. I have a lot more money in my bank account. You also save a lot more money. Like, eating out is very expensive. So you also save money and you also lose weight. So it's like a double whammy, right? So these are like 5 things that I wish I knew in my 20s that I feel like if I focused on these things just as much as I focused on trying to get a degree and trying to pass school and trying to get all my ducks in a row so that I can be this corporate person, I think that I neglected a lot of those other areas that I mentioned right now. And now that I'm in retrospect looking back, I'm like, wow, like I still got here. Like I could have done those things, right? I could have done those things in addition to focusing on my education. So I definitely want to give those suggestions to all of you. If you like what you hear, if you enjoyed, please share, like, subscribe. Have a good day. Bye.